October 1962, the world held its breath. The Soviet Union had secretly placed nuclear missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles from the United States. American spy planes discovered them. Washington was stunned. President John F. Kennedy led a tense response, a naval blockade and a demand: remove the missiles. For 13 terrifying days, the two superpowers stood on the brink of nuclear conflict. If even one mistake were made, the bombs could be launched, a nuclear war that might have destroyed civilization. The world truly held its breath. One of the scariest moments came on October 27, 1962. A Soviet submarine, cut off from communication, believed war had already begun. On board, a nuclear torpedo. The captain thought of launching, but one man refused to give consent: Vasili Arkhipov. His calm decision would change everything. The submarine B-59 had been shadowed and depth-charged by American ships. American forces used practice charges to signal and force surfacing. Cut off from Moscow, the crew believed war had already started. The captain wanted to launch the nuclear torpedo, but the submarine needed unanimous consent from 3 officers. Vasili Arkhipov refused. He would not agree that a torpedo be fired without confirmation. That single refusal prevented a launch that could have triggered full-scale nuclear war. If the torpedo had been fired, U.S. forces could have assumed attack and retaliated. Escalation to global war was real and immediate. One calm, hard decision, amid panic and confusion, changed history. History remembers Arkhipov as the man who refused to let the world end. A few days later, a deal was struck. Soviet missiles left Cuba. The United States quietly removed missiles from Turkey. The crisis ended through diplomacy and quiet agreements. Missiles were removed. The immediate danger passed. The Cuban Missile Crisis exposed how fragile peace is in the nuclear age. Just one error could have ended civilization as we know it. Thanks to restraint, diplomacy, and the courage of individuals, humanity stepped back from the edge. We remember those tense days to remind ourselves how close we came. The Cuban Missile Crisis remains the closest the world has come to doomsday. If you found this story powerful, subscribe for more History Explained.